Hey, welcome back guys. So today on this video, we are talking about your LearnWorlds account, and more specifically, I'm going to quickly answer a question I keep getting a lot on my other video, and that is, how do you create a course in LearnWorlds? So let's go ahead and talk about this. First off guys, a real quick video, not too many steps involved, so be sure to stick around to the end of the video. But why would you want to create your course in LearnWorlds anyways? Well, that's pretty easy. If you're running an online business, you know that selling courses can be a lucrative opportunity, and LearnWorlds is a popular way to do that. Whatever the case is, it's a pretty easy process. It's handled here in your LearnWorlds dashboard. Check my video description. I'll try to leave the written instructions there as well. But I've already logged into my LearnWorlds account, and this is the home screen. Here on the home screen, if you want to create a course, here on the left menu, you're going to click on Courses. Once you do that, you're going to see this page, and you want to click on the turquoise Create Course button. Okay, so now LearnWorlds is going to take you through a series of steps to set up your course. First, you want to go ahead and name your course. So let's say this one is about cooking. Here on the left side, you're going to see the thumbnail version of your course. So this is what people are going to see when they go to buy your course. So here you can go ahead and describe the content. So let's say most popular dishes from every country. Okay, so here you can go ahead and upload a cover image. So this is going to be your thumbnail. So this is optional, but I would definitely recommend it because this is the first image they're going to see when they're making a buying decision to buy your course or not. So let me go ahead and click right here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and upload an image from my computer. Okay, I grabbed a taco image. Let me go ahead and upload this. Okay, I'm going to click on Insert Image. Okay, now you can see the thumbnail has changed. So now we're going to click on Continue. Okay, so here is the URL. You can go ahead and change this if you want. So maybe we'll do international cooking today, and then we'll click on Continue. Okay, so here you can go ahead and set up the access for your course. You can have it draft. So this is basically in progress. You can have a free course, a paid course, a private course. So only certain members are going to be able to access it. And you can do it coming soon. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and leave it in a draft and click on Finish. Okay, so here along the left, you're going to see the different options for your particular course. So you want to start out in the course outline. The cool thing about LearnWorlds is they do have AI built in. So you can go ahead and have AI set up the framework of your course just by giving it some instructions. You can also start from scratch. So basically, you're going to build it from the ground up. For me personally, I like to build with AI because that way I can get it out to my audience much quicker. And then once AI has built out the framework, I'm going to be able to go in there and add specific details to my type of course. So I'm going to click here, Start Building with AI. Okay, so here you want to go ahead and fill this out. So this course is about, so the more information you put in here, the better the framework the AI is going to be able to build for your course. So let me go ahead and type this in. Okay, so what I put is international cooking, focusing on the best dishes from each country. I will start with Italian, Mexican, and Chinese food. Under each section, each will have 3 activities to highlight how to make the 3 most popular dishes from that country's cuisine. So the way that I normally set up my courses is I'm going to have a section. So each section is basically a chapter. And then under each section, you can have different activities is what it's called here in LearnWorlds. So basically, I'm going to set it up with Chinese food and then each activity. So maybe I'll do Kung Pao chicken, chow mein, and then egg rolls. And then on my Italian section, I would have maybe spaghetti, ravioli, and then lasagna as my activities. So here you can go ahead and include what type of activities you're going to have. So for me, I'm going to do videos and ebooks, and maybe I'll do a presentation as well. And here you can go ahead and set up the number of sections. So I'm going to set this up for 3, and then each section should have 3 activities. So this is really going to depend on your niche and then also how in-depth your course is. So just keep in mind that you want to go ahead and build out your course as an MVP or minimum viable product. After you've built the course, you can always come back in and add in more sections or more activities. So let's say in the future, I want to go ahead and add a section for Polish food. I can do that. So this is just to set up 3 separate countries with 3 separate dishes for each country. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Generate. Okay, so a quick second later, the page refreshes, and you can see with AI, it did a pretty good job. So it listened to my instructions. So we have the first section, Italian cuisine. And under the first section, we have spaghetti, margarita, and then tiramisu, or however you say it. And then the Mexican cuisine, we have tacos pastor, guacamole, and mole. And then thirdly, in our third section, Chinese, we have dumplings, beef and broccoli, and sweet sour pork. So this actually looks pretty good to me. If you want to start adding in other recipes underneath each section, you can do that. You can do suggest new activity. But for me, this looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and click on insert content. Okay, so now what we can do is we can easily just go into each one of these activities and then we're going to be able to edit it. So first off, in the Italian cuisine, maybe we want to go ahead and change that to Italian cuisine to Italian well-known recipes. Okay. And then here we can go ahead and add a description. The best Italian recipes. Something remind you of home cooking. Okay. And then we'll click on save. So you're going to see it automatically updates. And now we can go ahead and start building out the activities. So let's go ahead and start here. Spaghetti carbonara. So let's go ahead and click on edit ebook. Okay, so now we're building out the activity. So it's the same thing when you are building out the sections. You can choose to start from scratch or you can start with AI. So I usually choose AI just because it's going to give me the framework. So let's go ahead and write a text. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and instruct AI what this is about. So learn to make spaghetti carbonara for beginners. Include the ingredients and time frame in a normal kitchen for a family of 5 people. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on generate. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Learn to make spaghetti carbonara for beginners. So for a family of 5, it listed out the ingredients, time frame, instructions, and then any other useful tips. So I personally don't know how to make spaghetti carbonara, but if I am making a course on international recipes, I would definitely want to go ahead and read through this and make sure everything sounds correct. Because everything that comes out of AI is usually a pretty good outline, but you want to make sure that the information is correct based off of your own personal knowledge. So this looks pretty good. I'm going to click on insert content. Okay, so here is what my first activity looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and click on save here on the top right. Okay, and let me go back. Okay, here we are back in the course outline. And all you're going to do is just go one by one. So we have the first section or chapter, and then we built out activity 1, and then we would just go here. Activity 2, activity 3. So it's kind of like building out a Facebook page. And if you need to add in more activities, let's say that maybe we want to go ahead and click here. And then we're going to go ahead and add an ebook. And then we'll do here, blank ebook. And we're going to go ahead and add a recipe about meatballs. We'll do that. And then we'll click save and edit. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and write text, meatballs recipe, but vegan, and generate. Okay. So here is our vegan meatball recipe, and insert content and save. And then we'll go back to the section. Okay, so as I said earlier, you can always come back in and add these out. So right now we have 4 different Italian recipes, but as the years go by, maybe I'll end up with 15, 20, 30 different recipes under the Italian recipes. Okay, so now after you've built out all of your different activities and sections, you can come down here and just work through this one by one. So we'll go course page layout. This is what the layout's going to look like, but we can go ahead and edit course layout. So here you can go ahead and see what the landing page is going to look like. So my name's not John, so maybe I'm going to go ahead and edit this and do tacos, and then I'll click on him. And on the right, I'm going to go ahead and change the picture, and I'm going to go ahead and add tacos. And then here we'll go ahead and maybe we'll name this one Italian, and then we'll change her image over here on the right. Change, and let's say let's see if I have a spaghetti image. Nope, no spaghetti image. So just choose from these that are already in the stock, or we can upload from our device. For the purpose of this video, let me go ahead and just add in this computer, and you can see it just changed. So as you can see, we just go ahead and go through this one by one. So we don't have 7 chapters. We actually only have 3 chapters. And then maybe I'll change this international cooking with Anthony. So this is what the landing page is going to look like. So let me go ahead and save this, and we'll go back. All right, now we'll go down here to general course settings, and here we can go ahead and add a picture of yourself. So you're the author, so we can go ahead and upload this. Once you have the author image, go ahead and upload and insert image. Okay, now you can see the author's avatar has been uploaded. All right, here on the left, we're going to click on access. So again, here you can go ahead and change this from a draft, or we can go ahead and make it a paid course. I'm going to leave that the same. And we're going to click on pricing. Okay, so we're going to set the price. So my account is in euros. So let's go ahead and change this access to a paid course, and then save. And then we're going to go ahead and set the pricing now, $9.99. Okay, and then save. If you're going to be adding in video into your courses, which is what I would definitely recommend, you can come down here to video library, and you can go ahead and add a video. Once you add the video in, it's going to be housed inside of your LearnWorlds account. Okay, so once you've gone through all of the different settings and you've set up your price, we're going to go back here to the course manager. Okay, so now you can see I have a course for international cooking that we just built out, and it shows the price, $9.99. And then if you want to share this, all you're going to do is just hover over these 3 little dots, and you can go ahead and click on copy course URL. All right, now let me go ahead and open this up. Okay, so here is our landing page for our course that we built out. So again, we have the tacos, we have Italian food, and then down here we would probably have Chinese food, and your customers can just click right here to enroll. All right, once they do that, they're brought here so they can go ahead and enter in their credit card information. Now, if you need to pause the course, you're just going to go back here to the course and then edit course. And then we're going to go here to access, and we're going to put this in a draft state and then save. So that way you can continue making the changes to your courses. So there you have it, guys. If you're wondering how to build a course in your LearnWorlds account, that's the easiest way I know how to do it. If you know an easier way, be sure to leave a comment below. Let the rest of us know how you did it. Hopefully you found that video useful. If so, click thumbs up or maybe consider subscribing to my channel, and I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks again for watching.